How's it going, everybody? My name's Porty. Don't let the title fool you. You're probably thinking, well, he doesn't like the Freddy rework. I actually love it. Now, don't click away, though. Let me explain. I'm sure we all know Freddy has needed a lot of changes for a long time. I think with a couple of tweaks, this rework would pretty much make him almost perfect. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I had more to this video, but the footage unfortunately got corrupted. I had match recordings playing the PTB of the new Freddy, but again, unfortunately, you know, what can you do? So how about instead, let's talk the rework. Let me pull up my notes here. Oh, that's not... Hello? Now, really quick, before we get into the video, if you like my content, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you want to see more of me, I am live several days a week over on Twitch. So Freddy, if you don't already know, has had some massive changes to his kit in the PTB recently. Almost everything saw some kind of change or overhaul. His dream snares, for instance, are no longer a trap you lay on the ground, but a projectile that you shoot at the survivor. If the survivor is awake, it helps put them to sleep faster. If they are asleep, it hinders them at 12% for 4 seconds. I think that's an amazing change. The snares, I was actually just talking on stream before they announced the PTB, so had no idea these changes were coming, that the snares, they were useless. They did almost nothing. Which I find incredibly funny because like a day or two later, they announced the PTB. But yeah, the snares aren't useless anymore. Now, if I had one recommendation for the snares, it's very minor, has nothing to do with how it behaves. Change the name. They're not really snares or traps anymore. I think it deserves a name change. But that's my only real thing about the snares. Just change the name. Otherwise, like, it performs beautifully though. Next up, we'll talk about the teleporting. There have been a lot of changes to the teleporting. First, we'll talk about the generator changes, because there are more changes if you don't know. For the generators, now you can just teleport to any generator at any time. This is a huge change for Freddy. Previously, you could only teleport to generators that weren't completed. So in the end game, it deactivated a whole section of his power, because technically all generators were powered. Now, that's not the case. Now you can just teleport to any generator, regardless of progress, completed, working, no movement, doesn't matter. So at the end game, you don't lose that section of his power anymore. Now, this is a massive change that the community has been asking for a long time. So to see it finally happening, they did more than just adjust the generator teleport. They added stuff to the teleport. Now, if survivors are in the dream world and they're healing, you'll get a notification with Killer Instinct. And just like Pinhead's teleport to the cube, you can teleport to those healing survivors. This is massive. Freddy's map presence has never been better. Not even with his original release, which was, if you don't remember, a little rocky. That being said, though, here's my complaint about the teleports and what they need to help rebalance. A little bit better. So the generator thing, I think that's perfect. That is right in line where it should be. Don't change that. It's the healing teleport that needs a small adjustment. You see, it involves any state of healing. Any. I don't think it should apply to survivors that are in the dying state. If you go to pick somebody up and they're asleep or you're asleep, Freddy can just teleport to you. And it is going to cause a massive slugging issue, I feel like. Slugging is already bad enough as it is in DBD with the changes that they made to the finisher Mori thing. This will make it significantly worse on Freddy. I really, really hope they change that. That being said, other than that, I think the change is also amazing. It puts Freddy right where he should be with the way the current game balance is. Now, the dream pallets. I've got my gripes about the dream pallets, but I do like a majority of the changes. So just like before, you could leave fake pallets for survivors to throw, but that's pretty much the only real similarity. Now you can get stunned by those pallets. The survivors can see if they're dream pallets, but in that trade-off, you can now damage sleeping survivors with those pallets. That being said, they have to not throw the pallet for it to work. They also have to get caught in a trap for it to work. And by that, I mean, they have to ignore the fact that it is a dream pallet for you to make the damage. But they can see that it's a dream pallet. So it's pretty easy to avoid for the most part. Depending on the tile, them avoiding that could lead to them being injured or downed regardless. So essentially, what Freddy can do now is he can target those dream pallets and he can explode them in a certain radius. If a survivor's in the dream world, when they're inside of that explosion radius, they get injured, or if they're already injured, they get put into the dying state. But again, these survivors can see that they are dream pallets. I like the idea that it stuns you. That's fine. But if you're going to add this explosive property to it, I think if the survivor is in the dream world, they should not be able to see that it is a dream pallet. It should look like a regular pallet to them. It'd be a lot easier to get these people to fall into these traps like the old dream pallets, but still have the chance to recognize that it's a dream pallet while they're awake. I think that style would be a lot more fun. It adds another reason for the dream world to be so important, aside from just simply the teleport to healing mechanic. It would force survivors to pay more attention to pallets while they're awake before they're in the dream world. Now, I really, really wish that I still had my game recording footage. Unfortunately, like I said at the beginning of the video, it was unfortunately corrupted. However, the gameplay footage has been kind of done to death by everybody else by this point. So if you do want to see that footage, I definitely recommend Hens, Spooky Loops, Otsdarva. They've made some amazing gameplay videos about the PTB. I cannot recommend them enough. I don't know. I feel like these changes are great. I feel like with a couple of tweaks, he'll be perfect. He'll definitely be a far cry from that weak little killer that we've had for the last several years, but not so strong that he's overpowered. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you and thank you. Let me know your opinions in the comments, please. And again, like, share, subscribe, notification bell, all that stuff. And if you want to see more of me, like I said, over there on Twitch several days a week. And on that note, thank you everybody for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.